What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Mr. Madrid from the Mr. Madrid Show. And today we have a special guest that has been on the pod once before. He dropped a lot of gems about music, entrepreneurship, and just content creation. And recently I've seen him take his work to another level. And being real vulnerable on social media with the things that he's doing. If you may, please reintroduce yourself to the people that may not know you and to the people that do know you, please.
What's shaking, what's good? My name is Dubwork. My name is also Lenny. That's my real name. I'm a hip hop artist. I'm a breathwork practitioner. I'm a father. I'm a husband. I'm a little bit of everything. Yeah, that's it. That's it.
But yeah, man, welcome back to the show. I appreciate you accepting my invite, and I love, like we were talking offline, all the things that you do, man. Like I'm genuinely somebody who's a avid listener of your music. I'm bumping you all the time on Spotify when I'm in the whip or I'm home. My wife hears your music all the time, so I'm really a big supporter of yours, and just seeing the growth through the years, right? Back when we were both in New York City, to all the content, all the albums that you've put out. I'm really proud to say that I know you, right? And that I could hit you up when something strikes a chord with your music and be like, yo, I'm listening to this right now, love it.
Yeah.
And I'll randomly do that. But yeah, man, just thank you for jumping on. I want to have a conversation with you basically on just a different side that I feel like you've been showing the people on social media, right? I think TikTok mainly is where I'm seeing this. I don't know if you're doing it both on Instagram and TikTok, but talk a little bit about the kind of the new journey, or new to me at least, that you're on right now with what you're doing with your content.
Okay. So with TikTok, I've just been trying to provide more value to artists and just show the journey of what I'm going through. I was able to push 100 plus albums independently, direct to consumer, and I think it's powerful. I think other artists can do it if they do it and structure it the right way. So I just been taking people on the journey and showing people what I'm doing in real time and just stumbling through it, because I'm also a breathwork practitioner, and that's been kicking my ass too, like trying to blend the two worlds. So I just said, yo, man, I'm gonna just be super honest and just go on TikTok, which is a new platform for me because I really wasn't concentrating on TikTok like that, and just be completely honest and provide as much value as I can as possible, and not be as polished as I've been on Instagram. So it's just like, hey, this is taking the cover off or whatever you want to, the sheet off, whatever that term is.
Yeah.
Yeah, just letting people on the super raw, uncut me.
Yeah, it's super dope to see that. Just like in being on TikTok, I'll go and watch your videos, and the vulnerability that I think you're showing that I didn't see in Instagram was just like the behind the scenes of, I'm over here shooting a video, there's people around, and I'm still doing what I gotta do. I'm not afraid. Sometimes it may be a little uncomfortable, but you push through it because you're in the motion of doing the work. So I think that's what's dope to show the people. And I also don't want to just speed by something that you said, which is very important, is you recently dropped the album,
Yeah.
right? And you
Hmm.
did it very different. So because
Definitely.
you touched on that right then and there, let's dive
Yeah.
into that real quick. Let's put the
Let's do it.
TikTok on pause for a second, because
Okay.
that comes from inspiring that too. But tell us about the album. I was in the listening party that you had virtually for everybody
Yes.
around the
Yes.
world, which is super dope.
Hell yeah.
But let's go
Hell
back
yeah.
to it. So what inspired this recent album, and tell the people how you chose to go about pushing it out.
So to keep it 100, it was inspired by LaRussell. Like, honestly, LaRussell doing his whole independent movement. I've been watching him do it for a minute, and I was a little shook to do it because you doubt yourself. You're like, yo, man, I don't think I have the ability to do it. But then I said, yo, it sounds scary, and I like when shit is scary. So let me try this. Yeah, and I really wanted to push something direct to consumer and not put it on streaming at all, not let it live on streaming at all. And it might come to streaming soon, yes, because I realized the benefits of streaming, but I wanted it to live somewhere. I wanted to finally figure out who's really rocking with me. And in my
Yeah.
head, I was like, it's probably going to be like 40, 50 people.
Yeah.
And then when it pushed over 100, I was super surprised and shell shocked, even like I didn't even kind of know what to do moving forward. I'm like, yo, damn, like, oh, okay. So 100 people bought this shit. This means this is a big deal. So, and I'm still in that point right now. So yeah, that's what happened. We dropped the project, direct to consumer. It sold over 117 copies right now to date. Yeah, man, and it's been crazy. It's been a very, very surreal experience to actually be making money from the music, to be able to speak to the producers and be like, "Yo, we have money, we have a budget, we can do things with it now." So it's dope. It feels like I finally have money in the bank. That's music that I can direct back into the music,
Yeah, yeah. It's an awesome feeling to make money off of your craft, and you
man.
figured out a way to do it, which is beautiful. But also talk about like, so you wanted it. So the reason that you did it independently and you didn't go through one of these mainstream Spotify, Apple, is because you really wanted to connect with your audience and really see
Yeah,
who was rocking with you. And I think what's important about that is that you uncovered that 117 copies says a lot. And like that's huge. Now, why is it huge? Because you talk about that in your videos online, where it's like what you made off of those 117 people. Talk about what that would have translated to if you would have gone mainstream with like Spotify. Like, how would
yeah.
that look? What's the difference there?
Bro, so basically just speaking in plain numbers, I made 2.4K off of my album, right? That's 117 sales. Some people bought it for 100, some people bought it for 20, some people bought it for 15. If I would have streamed, right, I would have had to stream 680K, right? Which is crazy. 80K is mad difficult for anybody to stream. Those numbers are crazy. I don't think it's fair for artists. And Spotify is paying us 0.003 of a penny for every stream. So it's just an uphill battle that I did not want to continue doing. And I value my music. And I think that other people value my music. And I
Right.
wanted to give people the ability to support it because in the past, people have told me, like, yo, bro, like, you should sell it, or yo, do a vinyl, or whenever I have merch, it sells out. So it was just
Yeah,
something that
yeah.
I really wanted to do because I believe in myself and I believe in the art. And I think that I wanted to be the example, honestly. I like being the example. I wanted to show my peers that it's possible. And I did that.
Right. And what I will say is like, so I'm somebody who listens to your music all the time. Like anytime you drop something, I tune in. And what this move did for me as a fan, as a viewer and a listener of your work, it created urgency, which I thought was a brilliant marketing scheme. Right? And I don't mean scheme by like something wrong. It's just scheme isn't
Yeah.
like the layout of the way you chose to go about this. Because I'm like, damn, like I want to listen to this when it comes out. Like I want access to it. So I'm on Spotify and I'm like, okay, I could listen to all your old stuff, but now I want the new, so like push me to do it. And that's why I was like, let me support. Cause I want to be a part of this and be able to say that I listened to the music. And then you took it a step further by doing a listening party. What made you do that? And how did you feel having, the amount of people that you had on there listening to your stuff live?
So the listening session is something that we've had in the past. When we dropped Still Dreaming, we did a listening session like in a studio with people. We had food, a whole bunch of stuff. And I love doing that. I love the listening sessions. It's one of my favorite things to play the music for people live, give people things to eat, and it's kind of like a party. So I wanted to do
Yeah.
that, but of course I'm in Puerto Rico, so it was difficult to do that. And we're probably still gonna do something when I go back home. But yeah, man, I really wanted to let people hear the music live, let people experience it live. It was dope because that brought even some more sales from the album, from people that, it just gave them a way to just listen to the album. If you want to just tune in and listen to the album, you could just listen to the album. And if it's for you, you can get it. If it's not, you heard the album and you can keep going. You can keep moving.
You know what I thought was brilliant too? The fact that you had or almost, if not all, the producers on there with you. So you
Yes,
guys were
yes.
talking about the inspiration behind the music and just how you guys came about working together. I thought that was super dope.
Yeah, that was
What made
super
you do
important
that?
to me. That was super important to me. I've been trying to push the producers more to come out of their cocoon. Producers are they're really weird. Some producers are really out there and want to push themselves, but then some are they just don't want anything to do with anything. So
Yeah.
yeah, I wanted them to be there because they are the heart and soul of the music. They're what drives the music. Without them beats, there is no music. So I feel that it's important that we give them they just do, that we pay them. And I just want them to know that they're a part of the movement, of my movement. I value them and I think that they're very important and I want them to continue with me. And I want to not expose, but show them to the world as much as I can. There's artists that have producers that keep them in the tuck. I'm not losing nothing from these producers working with a million other artists. Actually, they're gaining, and me plugging them will maybe help them want to rock with me even better. So I don't get nothing
Right.
from gatekeeping or producers.
Yeah. Yeah, the I would say the production on the album was pretty dope too, and just seeing the different personalities that are behind these beats and instrumentals was also dope because so like you said, a lot of times the producers don't get the shine that they deserve. Just to see that it's like if you when I think about a hip hop producer, I think of somebody just you had all types of dudes on this,
Yeah.
right? Like you had people that
Yeah.
you wouldn't even think that knew how to produce hip hop,
Yeah.
and it was
Exactly.
joints that are deep.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, man. It's like I know so many different producers that are just, regular people, but then they produce and make fire beats. Like I don't
Yeah, yeah.
think I know a full-time just producer. Everybody that I know is kind of like in the grind, and then when they go home, they go make beats. And I think that's dope. And I think they should be showcased. I feel like they are the superheroes behind the music. If it's not the producers, it's the engineers. Like those two people need like big
Yeah, yeah.
chips, big championship rings for them.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So shout out to everybody, man. That was an awesome project. I love marketing, period. Like I've always wanted to do marketing on a larger scale. And I recognize different moves and different ways of you reaching the public. And I thought that was brilliant for you to do that and not only put it out you like independently, trying to see what your reach was, doing the listening party and having the producers there also kind of having like a quick little interview with you on each
Yeah.
track as you went along. That was super dope. Moving on from that, moving into the person behind the artist Dubwork, Lenny.
Yeah.
Talk to us about where you're at right now in dabbling different things like your music, your content creation, your family life. What does that look like? Like the man behind all the work that you put out.
Shoot, I feel like it looks like a circus. It looks like I'm on one wheel. I'm juggling a bunch of pins. That's what it looks like behind the scenes. I'm doing a million things because I'm a dad. I got to work. I got to do actual real life shit. And then on top of this creative thing that I do, it's a lot. It gets super hectic. I can't front like I'm 100% all the time with it because it's crazy, bro. It's just, dealing with life and dealing with everything that life brings as and being an artist, we're super sensitive. We one day we feel super confident, another day we feel super like, yo, what the hell am I doing with this shit? Why am I doing this? So yeah,
So
man,
with
I'm
with that,
yeah.
pardon me, Dub, like you said something confident. I think we touched on this on our first episode that we did together. You're somebody who, when I look at the confidence, just like you don't even have to speak. It's almost like, yo, it's the aroma, right? And hearing you talk about that sometimes is not always there, but we see it as from the outside looking in. I see the confidence in you and your music. So when you talk about having those moments where you don't have the confidence, what does that look like for you and how do you overcome that?
Oh, shoot. When I'm not feeling confident, I'm just like, it's just a lot of questions that I have. It's just me questioning myself, questioning what I'm doing, questioning if this is the right decision. And it gets super stressful. Like, honestly, it gets super stressful. Like, it's something that I battle with probably every single day, like every single
Mm,
day. And the older that I've gotten, I found that the more confident I have to push myself to be because
yeah.
the older that I get, the more in my head it doesn't make sense. It's like, bruh, so you're still rapping. You're still doing this shit. Like you're bugging the fuck out. Like, when are you gonna just get serious and do something different? But then there's another side of me that's like, yeah, you're still doing this because you can do this and it's possible. So it's a constant, bro. It's literally a constant. Every day is different. Every day is, some days I feel super with it, and some days I don't feel super with it, which is why I do a lot of batch recording, man.
Mm,
Even for the rollout for the album, that rollout for the album, all those things that you've seen was done literally in one weekend because I knew that it's not sustainable that I'm gonna be in a great mood all the time to want to shoot it. So I shot it all in one weekend that I was feeling great and we were able to provide, we still have content. We still have content. So I really think batch recording helps you appear that everything is cool all the time. Helps you appear that everything is cool all the time.
That's a gem right there, bro, that you just dropped some knowledge for people, even for myself, because I go through those moments as a content creator myself where I want to put out stuff, right? But it's always that confidence. Like I have to feel 100% confident. And then not only that, the excuses you tell yourself, which is I don't feel inspired. But sometimes while working, you find the inspiration. Because for
Fact.
me, bro, I wake up sometimes and I'm human. Like I don't want to be bothered.
Yeah,
Somehow, some way, a salsa song will play, and I'm lit. I'll come
yeah.
downstairs, blast like my wife lets me be me, bro. And what I mean by that is like I'll turn on the music as loud as it goes.
Mhm.
She'll be like, "Go ahead," because she already knows I'm up to something. Like and when I'm like she says it like I'm the like as calm as I look. She always says like you're the life of the party. Like if I'm not somewhere. Cause
Yeah.
I'm with the coro, joking around, like I'm just
Mhm.
I'm a big personality, and I'm saying that based on what she told me one day.
Yeah.
She's like, and when you're down, like it's felt, and I don't like being that person, cause you
Trust.
probably experienced that people that are like the best, but when they're down, it's like they bring down the whole.
The
So
whole
I never
energy,
want
yeah.
to be that person. So when
Mhm.
you're talking about batching, it's important, and I see, like I think you've told me that in the past, and then I had asked you the question where you were like, yeah, I batch, but I didn't know to what degree. Cause while you were about to launch off the album, I think you came back to New York or
Yeah.
like you went to
Mhm.
home because something was going on
Yeah. Yep.
and you did a lot of content. And I'm like, yo, and it looks effort. I'm like, how did this dude accomplish this much stuff in a little bit of time? Cause you were there for just a few days.
Yeah, nah, man. Shout to my videographer Crump, bro. Like whenever I go home, bro, it be 2 to 3 days of non-stop shooting, bro. Like I'll go thrifting, I'll go whatever I gotta do to get the most amount of outfits. Usually thrifting is the way because you could get cheap, dope, authentic pieces that don't look like everything else. Bro, go thrifting and we'll shoot for 2 days straight, man. Like not
Mm,
24 hours, but we'll take 6 hours. We'll go to 10 locations, shoot, change, and try to knock out as much as we can. Like I literally will have a list that we're trying to just knock out a bunch of shit. And then it helps, man. It super helps.
that's dope. And do you plan like when you talk about content creation and batching, do you have a script that you follow, or you guys are just in the move? You get inspired as you go along,
Yeah, for when I'm with Crump, we usually have like at least shot lists. Like, all right, let's go to a bodega. Let's go here. Let's go to this corner. Let's go to a fire escape. Let's go here. Let's go downtown. Let's go uptown. Let's go Brooklyn. Let's go on the New Jersey side, on the New York side. Like usually
right?
have like kind of an outline of what we want to do. And then once we get to those locations, we might be like, okay, let's shoot this. Let's shoot this. And we can actually do this and this, and we'll end up adding a little bit to the already structured outline that we have for the
That's
day.
dope. That's super dope, man. Yeah, that's something I that I would say is important for a content creator. Like, and I think the reason that I'm asking is that like you're not always on, right? Like, as much as you try to be, you're human. You're gonna have days where life may, hit you in the mouth with something.
No, no,
You
no.
gotta get
I
over
get it.
this. You get what I'm saying? Like, what I'm trying to say is what Gary Vee always says. Like, a lot of times life will punch you in the mouth, and it's
My
about
man.
how, yeah, like, are you gonna continue moving forward? Are you gonna, go to the corner and cry about it? So that's why I think batch recording is it's important. And I did that too, even for the pod. Like I started doing that. Like I would record four in one day and change the outfit here or home or whatever. And then you get a lot done. So that's awesome. And then what fuels you to continue doing what you're doing? I know that you said that age is something that you feel like messes with your mental when you're talking about confidence and you like I still have it. Besides that, what keeps you moving forward in this content creating world? Because it's not just like you're creating music, creating content
So
online.
yeah, man. Like content creation and creating content is literally like being able to play the lottery every single day an unlimited amount of times. That's how I gas myself. Every time I'm putting in a piece of content, it's me putting in a lottery ticket that could possibly blow up and possibly drive leads or get people to listen to the music or get a million streams on something. Like it's
Right.
literally the ability to put in unlimited tickets every single day for just shooting something that you feel, shooting something
Yeah.
that you're thinking, something that you're going through. So it's mad fire to me. Like I think it's mad fun to shoot content. And if you keep it in that perspective, like it's not that much work. And to speak on what you were talking about, like the confidence thing, right? I started doing this daily series, the daily artist journey, right? So there's days that I batched record like a million things. The only thing that I have to record every day is that one daily thing, that one daily artist journey thing. And it's been days that it's like 11 at night and I'm like, ah, I don't want to do this shit, man. I don't want to do this shit. And then I'll just do it because that's the
Yeah.
only one thing. But the power of the batch makes it look like I'm chilling. I still posted 9 things for the day, but all those things were shot last week. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it helps, man. Whenever you're not feeling it, whenever you're feeling it, go crazy, man. Go crazy until you're burnt. Not until you're burnt out, but until you don't feel like doing it no more because it's gonna help you on them days that you don't feel like doing the shit.
Yeah, what I think is dope about what you said too is like submitting a lottery ticket to see which one's gonna hit. And for you it applies. And this is something I heard about I remember 50 Cent talking about Kevin Hart and then him talking about what's the dude that got signed by Kanye? He had like a one hit. I got bras in Atlanta.
Yeah, designer.
So he was talking about like he was comparing the two where it's like Designer had a dope song. That was it. So like the moment that he submitted that ticket and he hit the lotto on it, he had nothing behind them to keep that.
That
You know what I'm
going.
saying?
Yeah.
Still going. Kevin Hart, he had been doing comedy for so long that it was just a part of him. So when he hit, his work ethic was already there. So it's just like, okay, now I'm on. Now all this experience, all this work that I have is behind me. I could keep going. So that's something
Exactly.
that's important for you. I don't know if you ever looked at it like that, but it should be automatic for you because you've been putting in the work. You
Yeah.
have a whole catalog of stuff that you can push forward. And I think for people watching, if you are submitting that ticket, just make sure it's not just that and you have something to show behind it and you can keep that. Once you get
Yeah.
that golden opportunity that you really, you know what I'm saying,
That
could
you have
bring the
something to
heat.
offer, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
That you
Yeah.
have an offer because that happens to a lot of content creators. Content creation, we're creating something, and then something hits. Something gets a million views. And then you're like,
Yeah.
shit. People are asking you, like, so what can you do? What can you do? And you don't have nothing. So
Right.
definitely having that offer and having what you want to sell ahead is mad important. Or what you want to push ahead or what the plan is super important. I feel like
Yeah.
it's priceless.
Yeah, yeah. You have a lot of value to what you bring to the table, specifically in the content creation world because of the experience that you have with hip hop and how you've promoted yourself from day one, right? Like and going to all these different places, venues to perform, the presence that you had with your peoples coming with you, people wearing Dubwork shirts. I think you have a business aside from just that. Like the content creation thing that you had, the journey that you're on right now is so much fruitful. And you probably already, I'm acting like I'm giving you something that you don't know, but again, that's I'm popular in the from the outside looking in.
Yeah.
Like you have a business within that itself because you have a resume with a catalog, and that's one thing I'll say, kid. Like I hope that that ticket you are able to redeem your golden ticket
Yeah, man. Me too,
because I
man.
feel
Me
like
too.
there's so many people that need to hear and then when I hear your music, that's the way I feel. Like I blast it in the car because I want people to hear it. I'm hoping that somebody here in Florida is like, yo, that's Dubwork. Like I've always thought about that. How fly
Yeah.
would that be? And then to hit Dubwork up, like, yo, this,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And that's what I want for people that I mess with is for them to get that feeling of like, yo, you have so much dope stuff that I can't wait till everybody hears it, you know?
Facts, facts. Yeah, nah, that's definitely how I feel. That's definitely how I feel, man. It's just putting in the pain, putting in the work, and hopefully something comes from that. And me, I don't just want the music, the fame shit. Like I do want to build a community of artists that I'm helping. Also, like I want to pay it forward. A lot of times when I made music, it's not that I used to get mad, but a lot of people that like my music are other artists. Other artists like my music. So if I'm able to build a community of artists and motivate those artists to push and show them that I've been in that exact same place that you are,
Yeah.
that would be mad fire to me. Like I really want to do that. Me and my cousin were talking about that. We're doing Airbnb retreats and shit like that. So it's something that I want to, and I'm developing and offering different little things for artists. But I don't
Yeah.
want to seem salesy. I don't want to seem salesy either. I just want it to come organically, and artists want to be a part of it.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Again, like somebody who I watch a lot is Gary Vee, and like the way he gives out information. He's always talking about he's not selling courses or anything. Like he's just giving people, and maybe you could be like a consultant or something. Whereas like I'm not selling a book, or maybe you will. Who knows, right? But I think that there's a lot that you could give off that you've been through yourself in your journey. And me as a viewer, listener of your music, a fan, I'm always interested in learning, and that's why I wanted you on the pod today. You're the human aspect of it, right? Like you're a
Yeah,
father, your husband, like all these. How do you like you talked about the batching? How do you balance your day, bro? Because like, and the reason I'm asking is at the moment I was recently laid off from work, and I'm busier now
oh
than I
yeah,
was when I was working, and I was
yeah,
busy then. Right, like
hmm,
because now it's like you took off the restraint that I'm limited to, a 9 to 5, and then an hour in the morning, hour in the afternoon to travel.
yeah,
When I get home, I don't want to do nothing.
yeah.
Now I'm like my window cleaning business. I'm pushing my podcast. I'm content creating. I'm learning things, family. Like, and I look at that and I feel like, yo, this thing is crazy. Like everything is. So I wonder yourself, somebody who end up like, I hold you at a high regard, bro. Like I think you're a very polished person. Your confidence, like, and then on top of that, you show your family, which you have a beautiful family and all that. And that resonates a lot with me because we're from around the same areas, right? And to
Hell,
see
hell
you
yeah,
doing your thing. But then I wonder, I'm like, yo, how does this dude dabble? And now you told us batching, you told us like how you let out your music. How do you handle everything else?
bro. It's crazy. It's crazy, honestly.
I feel like
It's
I just threw
crazy.
a puzzle at you. So you're like, show me. So show me how you.
Nah, yeah, no, yo. So honestly, anytime that I have had a job, bro, I treat my jobs like jail. It's weird. I treat my jobs like jail. So when I'm in the job, I'm trying to figure out how I can work out and work, right? I'm trying to figure out how I can also get whatever I have to get done at this said job out the way so that I can do whatever the fuck I want to do, right?
Mhm.
So usually when I'm at work, I'm shooting content. I'm doing everything that I want to do at work. Like I've always been like that. Like I've had hospital jobs that literally I go and leave the hospital job and go clean my Airbnbs during the job and come back because I don't let any job like stop me from doing nothing. Like you could fire me,
Mm,
do whatever, but I'm going to do whatever I want to do. I'm going to get the job done for sure, but I'm
yeah,
going to do also what I have to do during this job because it's just a job. Like it's big that even when I'm at work, I'm working on the shit that I want to do. I take
powerful.
my laptop, I'm editing during work. So that makes it not feel that much like work and it makes it feel like, yeah, I'm working, but still I'm doing what the fuck I want to do with my time
Yeah, yeah.
and you're paying me for it.
That's dope. That's dope. I love that, bro. I used to do so. I used to be a manager. I'm not gonna say the company name but I used to be a manager where I was at, and I had 9 people under me, and like, I took 2 weeks off for the holidays, and I noticed how much work was consuming me to the point where like I felt like I didn't have. And I hate excuses, bro. But I'm gonna give it to you.
Yeah.
I felt like I had no time, bro. Like it's very time consuming and it's very exhausting to have to manage 9 different people, and there's always a fire. Like that's really what it felt like. And then I bring my laptop with me, like yourself. I have my everything with me at all times. So
Yeah.
like if me and you were to bump into each other somewhere, I'd be like, yo, Dub, let's at least do a 20-minute podcast episode, like right
Fact.
now, right here. And you're like,
I
yo,
love that.
I got everything on me.
That's
So
me.
I'm ready to go at any moment because I feel like you have to stay ready. But I would have things with me and I tried to do what you did in as far as like at least at lunch. I'd work through lunch, like work my stuff. But it became difficult, bro. And I think in you saying what you're saying, like it's just a job, that's mentally where I wasn't. Where I was like I was taking it so seriously. Because you want to continue moving
Forward.
up
Yeah.
and so on and so on. And now it's kind of like I'm not there anymore, bro. So anything I did is erased. So I'm like, it is just a job, bro. Like you're taking yourself too seriously, and the fact that you said like you still get your work done, but you're not gonna stop honing in on your craft and pushing out the work because that's really what feeds you until it
Yeah.
feeds you,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. 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 I'm big on that, man. I'm big on that. But of course, it's difficult because, like I'm shit. Like I have a degree. I could be doing, like, I could go get a 9 to 5, right?
Yeah.
But a 9 to 5 doesn't allow me to do all this cool shit that I can do, right? right? Like it doesn't allow me to do all the shit that I want to do. Like I can't live the way that I want to live with a 9 to 5. It constrains me and it keeps me stuck in a certain place from 9 to 5. And that shit
Yeah,
sucks. So how can I explain what I'm trying to say? Like it's like I'm every day it feels crazy because, like sometimes I have to do 2 jobs. Like I have to work at a restaurant and then work at another restaurant, right?
right.
Because that's quick money. I can make bread every day to provide for the fam, but it doesn't take that much brain power. I'm not,
Mm.
I don't have to, as opposed to a 9 to 5, which a 9 to 5s do, it just takes over your life. Like
Yeah, yeah, no, yeah, 100%.
everything about it takes over my life. So I'd rather do something quote unquote not as glamorous to be able to keep my mental clarity to do what I really want to do, if that makes any sense. Like
Yeah.
I'll do DoorDash, I'll do Uber, I'll do a bunch of random shit so that I'm not thinking about,
So you're free.
yeah, so
That's
I'm
really
free.
what
So my head is
so you're
free.
free. Yeah.
And I won't say that that is a great thing because sometimes that brings a lot of stress also. But overall, how I feel overall, I just know that when I get a 9 to 5, whenever I've gotten a 9 to 5, I last about 2, 3 years. After that third year, bro, I'm in there like, yeah,
This ain't it.
this shit is trash. And then I turn into like a pariah at the job because then I'm like, yo, man, that niggas ain't trying to quit this shit, man. Like, let's get the fuck out of here, man. Like, and everybody's like, yo, bro, this is a great job, man. Like,
Yeah,
and I'm just, yeah, like I'm in there trying to motivate everybody to quit. Like, yo, bro, let's
yeah,
get out of here. Like, let's just quit, everybody. Let's get out
yeah.
of here. And
I
I
lost
know
that, bro.
that's
Like
not ideal for everybody.
I recognize that because I feel like we're very similar in that aspect, but I feel like once I got that position where I became like I was out of just being a sole contributor
Yeah,
and I became a manager, like I lost that aspect of me because I've always, and I used to hate the word entrepreneur, but now I don't. I've always had that entrepreneur spirit where I try to make something out of nothing, right? Since I was a kid selling New Year's hats on New Year's, setting up a table on Broadway, and then when everything shut down there, going to every salon selling hats until I sold out. So I think I lost that somewhere along the lines, and that's where I think you start feeling that feeling of like, yo, this ain't it. Like, I'm gonna do this for the next 10, 20, 30 years. And the thing is, at the end of the day, is like what they, again, going back to Gary Vee, where he's like, people should really take a day or two to go to like those hospice, places, or even like, what do they call it? Like a
yep,
home where you keep the elderly and talk to people and ask those people about things that they regret not doing. And it's like, that's the worst, and living in regret. And I think you're a testament to just figuring out how to survive and continuing to do what makes you happy, because a lot of people get that also misconstrued, where it's like you can have the house, the cars, and the great job, right? But if you're not happy, that affects your home, affects your relationship with your wife, affects also your interaction. Like, and I'm being vulnerable in saying this, like in seeing when I was off for those 2 weeks, and even now that I don't have a job, my interaction with my kids, bro, like I'm having conversations with them. I put my
yeah,
phone down and I'm like, let me talk. Like, and my phone, you realize like you're just missing out on so much. And I don't, if that's what perfect is, I don't want it, bro. Like perfect to society. I just
facts.
I don't want it. I love spending time with my kids, them seeing that I'm creating content. Like my daughter's trying to get into stuff too. I know I'm drifting off, but like you
Oh, yeah,
inspired this conversation in me where the realization of, bro, like it doesn't have to be all perfect, man. And I feel it.
facts.
And just like yourself, it's the same with me because I lost my job on Thursday. I already had a flyer for my window cleaning company the very next day. Like I worked on it the whole night,
Yep,
sent it out, put some money into advertising, and now I'm just flowing, trying to build up, you know, giving off a lot of info. But I have 2 contracts right now that are pending in less than a week but it's because of my experience of being a salesperson and getting after it, bro. Like we got to get it
exactly.
some way, somehow. So, and what I was saying, like yourself, Uber, like when we got down here in Florida, things were hard. Uber, anything, bro, it doesn't matter. You'll figure it out. It's just, I think
Exactly.
we put ourselves in an issue when we take on more than we can handle, if you know what I mean. Like with the American dream comes a lot, and trying to keep up with the Joneses, or feeling stuck. And I never want to feel that, bro. I never.
Exactly.
And seeing you riding your bike on the beach on a random Tuesday, I'm like, I want to be over. I want to be out there too, bro. And then I know, like, you say like it's not always, what it may seem to be, but you figure it out, and that's just life, bro.
Yeah.
I'm talking too much now.
No, hell no. Hell no. That is life. That is life. And like honestly, every day is different. Like there's days that, bro, I'm super satisfied with, yo, man, I would be happy if I could just practice with my son. Like if I could just play ball with him and get him nice and turn him into a better human. I'm happy with this. Like this shit is
Yeah.
mad fun for me. Like I love taking him to the park. I love watching him get better at ball and get better as a human. Like it's fire. Like, and if I had bread that I didn't have to work and I could do this all day, that would be a dream, bro. Like I'd
Yeah.
be super satisfied with that and happy, even if I never made it as a rapper. If I could dedicate all my time and give 100% to my son and be able to play ball and go to the beach and have do fun shit with him and make sure he's a good human, I'm good, nigga. I'm good with that.
But that's what it is, bro. Because I think like a lot of times, one of my dreams is to own a two-door Rolls Royce and drive downtown by the meat packing. I saw one time I was doing Uber, and I don't know if I told you the story, but I was doing Uber, and I was like on 16th Street by Riverside, and I stop at the light, and I hear Biggie, boom, boom, like old school Biggie. I mean, obviously it's
Yeah.
old school, but like early on Biggie.
Yeah, yeah,
And I look to the right, and it's Irv Gotti in a two-door Rolls Royce with the top down. Yo,
yeah.
and that I was like, I want, rest in peace to him. I want that. Like, I want to be able
Yeah.
to feel that. But then what? Like, ultimately, it goes right back to the time that you spend with your kids. And like, there was this one guy that I saw on social that said, like, you could tell if you're a good parent or not, but how much your kids want to spend time with you, especially as they get older.
Yeah.
Because like
Oh yeah, I
typically
saw
as
that.
you get older, like you always see your older cousins, older siblings, like they bounce. They don't really. But if they come back, that says a lot, and that's what I would want,
Yeah.
bro. Like seeing my
Facts.
kids grow,
Facts.
teaching them things. Like I taught my daughter how to hustle some, like, never take the first prize people give you. So she's
Yeah.
all about that. It's fun,
Fire.
bro. Life, I put out something one day that said, you can't take life too serious, bro. Like it ain't that serious, bro. We're here today,
Nah.
we're gone tomorrow. I want my kids
So
to remember the beautiful moments. And like
yeah,
just
man.
seeing your videos of vulnerability again, Dub, that you're showing in your videos, bro, is more powerful than you know. Regardless of people, if and I know you're not looking for my validation, but if ever you doubt it, bro, like I see you, and I know that everybody else sees it and
Nah, that
sees
means a lot.
the artist, sees the father, the husband, or the go getter that you are, and how you're very like ahead of your time almost. You know what I'm saying? Like you the things that you're doing, the way you think, and the fact that you're giving that off to the people, and you're not gatekeeping information is huge, man. And I commend you on that. That's super powerful. And you inspire me at times where I'm just sitting down, like not really feeling it. And I'll get up and I'm like, all right, let me grab the camera and I'll start, at least putting some work in.
Yeah. Yeah, nah, that's the goal, bro. That's the goal, bro. To inspire people, to inspire. That's the goal, honestly. That's the reason why I started making music is just because I was inspired by people making music. So that's ultimately the goal, to inspire in every way possible, not just with the music, with how I live, with how I live with integrity. Everything is that's the goal, man, to just
Yeah.
inspire. If what I do inspire people, that shit is fire. That's what it's for. That's what I'm doing this shit for.
And based on like, and I know we kind of drifted off too, like, so is your day to day, it just flows? Like, there's days that you have things planned out, or do you just flow basically off of inspiration?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, today I gotta go to work at 7. I work at 7. I work from 7 to 1. Yeah, go to work, chill. But during the day, I just been flowing. I just had a freaking reel going crazy. So I just been responding to a bunch of artists that's been asking me a bunch of questions. So that's been cool.
What
Yeah,
reel is
man.
this? What reel is
So I
is?
just posted a reel about me going direct to consumer with Even and how I sold over 117 and it's going crazy right now. I'm at like 54,000 views on that shit right now. And
Oof.
million artists asking me about it. Like yo, can you help me? Yo. So I just been sending information and trying to build a little community of artists also. I've had a lot of people reach out to me, a couple celebrities hit me up, a couple dope things have happened from that shit. Really what I want to get from that is a little community of artists that I can kind of guide and help and provide some type of value for. Honestly, that's what I want to do.
Yeah, man, because I went to this poetry slam years ago. I was in the Bronx Community College,
Hmm.
and I won second place, and it was like a $75 award. And I never forgot that feeling of it could have been $5, but I made five
Yeah,
dollars off of doing something I love, and then I knew like I could make money doing what I like. People do it, and
yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's very very rewarding for you to see that you're your stuff is moving,
Nah,
in the
hell
right
yeah.
direction.
That showcase, those showcase talent, that hustle was crazy, bro. I had that. I was doing that for a little while. For a little while, we was running talent
Yeah.
shows. We was pulling up the talent shows 50 deep and taking the money every time, baby.
Yeah.
That bread was
Yeah, I
ours every
remember
time.
I remember going to a couple of events, and yo, that shit was almost scary, bro, because it would be a lot of you, bro, and they will all go to the front of the concert, and everybody knew the words. It was the dope. Like you couldn't hate on it because it was like a whole. You literally you would see a movement right in front of you,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
to see that shit go down, that shit was always the bomb, bro. But
Nah, that shit was
Dub, so what's upcoming for you? Like what's next? I know that you mentioned that soon enough you'd probably post the new album out in like Spotify and Apple and all that other stuff. Aside
mhm.
from that, anything people or do you have a
So
date on when that's gonna happen?
so I'm thinking about putting it on Spotify and the rest of the DSPs. I'm thinking about doing it on Valentine's. So I might
Okay,
show love and give it to people on Valentine's. I might not. I'm not sure. But the
I like that.
next thing is I'm working on another project. I'm working on a project with one producer. He produced on this one. He produced Money Calling on the current joint, but me and him have so much songs, scattered songs, that we're just putting together a project. We got a merch capsule coming that's super fire. Really excited about this merch capsule. We not doing the conventional merch. We doing household items, shit that you actually gonna use type shit.
That
Um,
does
yeah, so I'm excited about that.
Dub,
We
who's
got some
the
vinyls
producer you
coming
talking
too.
about? Can you share that? Who's the producer that you don't want to share that?
Juice, two-time slime, JJM. He has like a million producer tags, producers names, but that's my dog right there. I've been locked in with Juice, with JJM, Juice Slime for mad long. He's made
Dope.
mad beats for me, man. He's made mad beats that y'all love already. So we just gonna lock in and just knock out a whole project. I want to just start doing whole projects with one producer because it's just easier in terms of splits. So that we could just go 50-50, knock it out, run it up. And yeah, like they can make their bread and we could just keep doing it. Like I wanna do it like every project, it's its own like, kind of like investment property kind of thing. Like every project is its
Yeah.
own thing. And if you have equity in that project, you could live with that shit forever. And I kind
Yeah,
of want
yeah.
to create like an ecosystem kind of thing like that. Like every project, it's its own house. This house is owned by me and this producer.
Yeah,
And
yeah, I like that.
it keeps paying us rent from streams or from residual, and it keeps paying us rent. And then we create another house, and then this house, da 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 da. And yeah, that's kind of what I want to do.
I think that's dope too. Is exactly what you're saying. It gives you both of you that sense of ownership where you guys are equally invested into the project, and nobody is like you guys both bringing 110% together.
Yep.
I
Yep.
think that's pretty dope. Well, I look forward to that, man. And then what else? What else you got going on?
Shoot, we're dropping some vinyls. Some vinyls are coming soon of the album, so we're gonna have some vinyls of that.
I'm gonna need one of those. I've
For sh-
been setting up my joint back there. I want to put a record player in the middle. I have one, but it's one of those that like a suitcase. I want like the
oh, the
real.
suitcase. You want the real joint? Yeah,
Yeah, they're like the
hell yeah, hell yeah,
Audio Technica, I think they're called, or something like that.
yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah,
Yeah, that vinyls are dope, man. That is super dope.
yeah. We're gonna do some vinyls. And then I'm just trying to gear up for the summer, man. I've always wanted to have a summer run. I always say I want to do something in the summer, and then I just always get intimidated by the summer. I don't know
Yeah,
why. It just intimidates me. It's a lot going on, family shit, and then I just end up fucking, and then I end up dropping in fall all the time.
yeah,
But I want to do something for the summer. I really want to turn up for the summer. I want to be in New York. I will be in New York, so and I'm always in New York in the summertime. So I want to be able to just bring back that feeling and get it popping in New York again.
yeah, man. Let me know. I'll definitely like because I told the family I'll be out there more often, like at least twice a year. Because I hadn't gotten up there
Nice.
prior to my last trip in like 3 or 4 years. So I told to check on my mom's and all that. But I'd come up, man, to make the most out of it, especially if you got like a show going on. I'll
Hell
come out and
yeah.
touch
Hell yeah.
base. That'd
Nah,
be
for
dope.
sure. For sure. We
But
definitely trying to put something together. For sure. For sure.
yeah, man. But yo, I appreciate it. Anything else that we left off? Anything you want to touch on before we wrap up?
Um, um, shit. Take care of your mentals and your dentals, baby. Everybody. Take care of your mentals and your dentals, man. A lot of guys, a lot of my dudes have been going through a lot of mental health issues and we don't talk about it. And I think it's fucking stupid. I think men need to talk to other men about what they're
Yeah.
going through. I think it's mad important. I do it myself. I isolate. I be going through some shit and I isolate. And I think it's stupid. I think men need to talk more often. We're losing guys all the time to suicide, to all types of stupid shit just from us not communicating with each other and us comparing ourselves to other people and feeling like, damn, yo, look, this nigga got it all together right over there. Look, his crib. Look, this nigga be on the beach and shit. This nigga got it all together. Little do you know that in 2 hours I'm about to be on a slave ship doing, like everything looks
Yeah.
a certain way on social media. Everything appears to be a certain way. Don't let that shit fuck with you, and don't compare, and reach out and call your peoples if you need to talk, man. I speak on that on the album a lot. Like, reach out, man. Hit me up. If you need to talk, hit me up. You can hit me up on social media anywhere, man. Talk, reach out to your peoples. That's
Yeah, man. I feel that. I feel that a lot. Like, especially amongst men, because we always got to give off that, I'm all right. I'll be all right. There's
yeah,
nothing
yeah.
wrong with, and
Not
then
being
of
okay.
course yeah, there's nothing wrong with not being okay. And having that trust with somebody that is never going to hold it against you, because I think that's what, and I'm speaking on it because like yourself, like sometimes the way I cope with things is that I just get quiet, right, until it becomes
Yeah.
too much. And then I always joke about I have one good cry a year where like I break
Oh
down
yeah.
because the world gets too heavy on my shoulders. And you human, and the only way that I could let it out sometimes is like being mad and just crying about it. And then I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
I could breathe again. And I have fortunate to say that I have a wonderful partner, but sometimes it's not that they're not enough. Sometimes it's better to have a conversation with another man, like a fellow man
Men need
who,
to talk to men, man. It's tough
yeah.
for
So
a woman to relate, and she can be there and be as soft as she can for you, but only another
right,
man knows exactly the
right,
shit you're really going through and can
right,
relate to you and be like, yo, bro, I'm going through that same shit.
right,
Chill. Don't go crazy. And you hearing it from another
yeah,
man, it's like, yeah, you're right, man. Fuck. Yeah, I'm overthinking this shit like crazy.
right. Yep. Yeah, 100%. It's true. Like you'll be surprised how people that you see that are very strong and put together, if or if you become vulnerable with somebody like that, they'll let you know, like, yo, I've been through that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I've been through that struggle. I've been through being broke. I've been through being, like all the things. And one thing that you
Uh-huh.
said is true, bro. Like people see the things that they see and they're like, bro, it's, we worked hard for everything that we have, and the things we don't have, we want, like just like anybody else. It's not always sweet. Sometimes shit gets thick. And I think I'm a big believer in God, and I think a lot of times, sometimes when life punches me in the mouth, I think it's to see like almost like God get right up in your face, like you,
Yeah.
you giving up, like you soft,
Yeah. Yeah.
like you need to get punched again to
Uh-huh.
to see how what it really like. I'm like, no, 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 no. I swear to God, I got
Yeah.
this. I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna keep pushing. I'm gonna keep at it. And always for me, and I don't know if everybody's like that, but like I love to stay in my faith. Like I'm big on, I recently started picking up the Bible again and just reading. And I don't
Nice.
mean to come off as, I'm just saying it's what works for
Love
me.
it, man.
Different strokes for different folks.
I'm
What's
heavy.
brought,
I'm heavy on God, man. Heavy, heavy. This
yeah,
heavy,
what's
heavy. I
what's
pray
brought a
5
lot of.
times, baby. Heavy.
Hey, so are you? So what's your? Are you
I mean, I
Muslim?
don't be, yeah, I'm Muslim, but I don't be like trying to push that on people. That's just what I
Yeah,
am. That's just what I believe in. I was raised Catholic. My whole life, I was raised Catholic. It's just
yeah,
something that I just made that switch because it provides me with the discipline that I need.
yeah, yeah.
And it's something that my mom's, it's funny, like, cause she'll be making pork in the crib. She'll be like, oh, so I guess you not eating this. And Musulmano, I'll be like, yo, bro, I can't live. So
That's crazy, bro. Like about same thing with my mom. I think it's just a old school parent. Like my mom, when
yeah,
when I see anything, she's like, "Oh, aquí está el hermano Anthony." I'm like, "Ma, let me live." Like, "Oh, he's perfect," and I'm like, "I'm not saying
yep.
I'm perfect. I'm just saying I'm trying to give you some." Like, I got inspired with. Like, I don't even talk to her about it. And I'm like, "All right, ma, you got that." Like,
Bruh, they was calling me the pastor last trip that I went to DR because I wasn't drinking. I was the pastor the whole time. El pastor. Yo, bro,
el
shit was
pastor.
tears. It was mad funny.
But talk
Mad
about
funny.
why weren't you drinking during that time?
I just stopped drinking, bro. I stopped drinking like honestly, like 2 years ago. I stopped drinking. It's just not for me no more. Not that I would drink and get drunk and be some crazy person. It just didn't
Yeah,
fall well with my stomach. My stomach was just getting messed up every time I drank, whether it was a shot, a beer, anything. It just wasn't sitting well
yeah.
with me. So I just left it alone. It wasn't. It's something
Oh,
that
that's
never
interesting.
alcohol has never sat well with me since I was young. Like, we're Hispanic, we start drinking early, right? So a lot
Yeah,
of
yeah,
times I'd be like 16 or 17 and I drink and I'd be like, yo, I don't see what y'all fuck with this shit for. This shit, I always felt bad. But then I turned 21 and I was like, all right, I have to drink. Like, I have to
yeah,
learn how to
yeah,
drink. So I literally waited till I was 21. Everybody in college was drinking. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm not drinking. I'll wait till I'm 21. And then 21 came, I
yeah,
started drinking, and I feel like it's not that I overdid it because we weren't alcoholics or anything, but
yeah.
we drank mad Henny, mad like, and I just reached the point that I just couldn't do it no more. Yeah, I can't do this shit no more. It's not for me
So,
anymore.
and then there's a reason I'm asking. So, did you tell yourself like I quit? I'm not touching it again, or do you just like I'm good? Like, have you ever
Yeah, it was.
wanted to take a sip?
I had to get tired of fucking throwing up and shit, like, because my stomach just,
Mm.
it literally would be like, oh, I had a shot. I feel like I need to throw up. Like, and
Oh
I'm not drunk.
wow.
Yeah, like my stomach would just be tore up from
Oh
anything.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
it was literally all right, man. Do you want
You
to keep
poisoning
putting
yourself.
yourself through this? Like, this
Yeah.
is not good just so you could chill in a social gathering and still feel awkward. Like, I stopped drinking, right? And then I was like, yo, dog, I actually don't feel awkward in social gatherings anymore. I don't
Mm-hmm.
feel the need to, we got to the bar.
Right.
Let me go get 2 drinks so we can talk to the same niggas that I always talk to. Like, now it's just
Yeah.
like, okay, how are y'all doing? And I noticed the the lack of confidence that people have when they're
Yep.
drinking, or the lack of confidence that people have totally, like the fact that they need to go get the drink in order to start talking, or they need to get a girl a drink in order to think that the conversation is going to start. I'm like, yeah, man, this is too much. This whole drinking shit is too much
Yeah.
around it that I don't need. And I actually feel way more confident without it, man.
Yeah, I would say I lost. So I moved to Kissimmee around family, and we just we drink often. And
Yeah.
we have fun, and I've always wanted to just eliminate it. Just I have family who are alcoholics and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
I just for me it's been like something where I don't want that as a coping method. And now that I lost my job, a lot of times like men talking to men, we're providers. And when you feel like you can't provide, you start looking, getting down on yourself. And I know the person I am, the value that I bring, and the things that I could do.
Hmm.
So I'm like, I think I'm gonna chill with this alcohol. So it's been like almost 2 weeks, and I
Nice.
have alcohol back there. Like I have
Yeah.
whiskey. Like it's not like I'm saying I don't. I just similar to you, where my leg like the next day I don't. It doesn't do well in my stomach. And then also like I just I'm dope without it, right? And like if the person that's around me needs like, then maybe we're just not the dynamic isn't right. Because I could shoot the shit. I'm funny. I get hyper. All that stuff without it.
Yeah. That's how
Now
exactly how I feel.
putting
I'm more
something in the
myself.
air is different. The putting something in the
And
air is different. That you know,
yeah,
I hold to.
that's also something that I'm trying to weed myself off of too. So like, I'm a smoker, man. I blow it down. I be chilling. I'm in my own world. I feel
Yeah.
super chill, and I don't feel like, it's just that liquor feeling used to get me mad aggressive, just like, and then mixed with 30 IOD cats behind me, it just was a recipe for disaster every time, bro.
Yeah, the
And I was like,
30 dudes
okay,
that I'll
I'm a
tell you guys that I saw in that concert. And the thing too, Dub, I was always by myself, bro. I was my own. There was one time that when I met you in person, where I let you listen to one of my songs. I was with my wife, but I was always by myself.
yeah,
So I would
yeah,
see like the movements, and I'm like, yo, this is crazy. But yeah,
yeah.
man, that's cool. That's cool that we speak on it. Like God is big for me. Like in the moments of doubt where I feel like I'm carrying too much on my shoulders, I just I just
Facts. And
speak to
you
the man
always mention
upstairs.
that.
And
And I love that you always mention that. Like, I love people that is big on God, and that it's important, bro. Like, it's important to
yeah,
me. Like, with
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
doing, like me,
It's
I've been like a little off my dean a little bit, and it's been like, it's always in the back of my hand. Like, yo, bro, you gotta get back on it. You gotta get back on it.
mhm.
Ramadan is coming, things are coming. And as soon as that comes, like, I feel good. So I love when people are in tune with their
Yeah,
higher
man.
self
It's
or
just
whatever.
that tranquility, that peace, that as a family, we always pray before we eat, and just we pray for everybody, even our enemies. Like
Yeah.
we all need that guidance and stuff. And then even talking to you about the drinking aspect, it gives me more validation that what I'm doing is not. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what's dope about the camaraderie amongst men is when you start seeing that you guys that we're not that different, right? And that
Mhm.
the walks of life and the things that we're doing is not that different, and it feeds the I guess the positive ego in what we're doing and taking pride in our day to day. But yeah, man, I love that you shared that. Like if anybody out there, to reiterate what Dub said, like if you're feeling down on yourself and like we've all been through it, and if not, we're gonna go through it. Speak to somebody, somebody that you could trust, of course,
Yeah.
and just have that conversation. Conversations go so far sometimes, and as men, sometimes players mess up. Sometimes players gotta shed a tear too. It's all good, baby, and that's why you gotta keep a good circle
Yeah.
around you.
Facts.
But
Facts.
Lenny,
I'm a cry baby. I'm a Pisces. I cry all the time, baby. I cry all the time. I feel like
yeah,
I cry all the time, boy. All the time, man. I cry all the time. I see a movie, I see a commercial, and I'm like, all right, God, bro, why am I crying? I was watching the Selena documentary, especially
oh
documentaries
nah,
that
bro,
have to do with music. Music documentaries kill
yo,
me. I'm like, oh my God, this is too
bro,
much.
I'm like, I don't even want to watch that. Like, I did that fucking bitch, bro. I've been trying not to curse the whole time, but I'm
Yo,
like,
yeah.
yo, kid, like that shit. And I'm like, and then the dad, like I saw the documentary, let's say today, the dad passed away a few days later. And I'm like, damn, then he gets to be with his
The dad
princess
passed
again.
away?
But yeah, the dad passed away.
Wow, I didn't know that. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, I didn't know either. Like we were watching TV and it came up and I'm like, what? I'm like, we just saw
Wow.
the documentary. But
Wow.
yeah, and I get soft with dad things, right? I wasn't raised with my dad and I don't know what it is. And I let that go once I had my son. My
Yeah.
daughter, of course, but just that the son is just different. The daughter is different. Like it's just different relationships. So when I had my
Yeah, man.
son, that's when I was like, all right, I'm his, everything now. Like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
I love seeing fathers being fathers to their kids, like seeing Ace
Hell yeah.
with his kids,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the flyest thing ever. Like you could show everything in the world, but if your relationship with your kids, let's put it this way, bro. I can't be friends with somebody who doesn't take care of the kid. Like you don't have to be with the baby
100%.
moms and all that,
Yeah.
but I can't be your friend. Like if you don't know how to treat your own blood, where
Yeah.
does that leave me, bro?
Yeah.
But yeah, I just again giving you flowers for being just an all around good dude, bro. And I love what you do as a
Thank you, brother.
family, man. That's
Thank
what
you.
really strikes a chord with me is seeing men be men. But with all that said, Mo, bro, like I appreciate you being on this episode. You're welcome anytime, bro. I love all
Thank
the
you for
things you
having me,
do.
my
So
dog. I love
anytime
being here.
yeah, anytime you want to come on and you want to showcase something or you need my help with anything, I'm just a phone call, text away. You got my full support on this side.
I appreciate you. Same here. Anything you need, I'm here all the time, dog. You already know, man. I appreciate your support, everything you do. And I appreciate this platform. And I appreciate you for being you, my brother, for real.
Appreciate you, bro.
Let's get it.